Hola, soy Julio César Chávez.
That's lights out, baby. Lights out all day.
This is Sugar Ray Leonard, and you listen to Fight Net Radio.
I mean, this is ridiculous. It's a radio show. It ain't a one-hour television spectacular.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
We gon' know. I got eyes and ears everywhere. I got friends all over the world, man.
Who gives a shit with Whitey? He's a piece of crap.
With a tear in my eye.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to... Oh. Wow, that's the way to start the show. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Fight Net Radio. First and foremost, go to honors.io. That's my website. If you want to go to the Fight Net Radio website, click on Perfect Blue Studios, click on the Fight Net Radio link. That'll take you over to the website until I figure out if I want to make it a fightnetradio.io extension. I haven't decided yet. Or visit us on social media at fight.net.radio. There you go. You're all caught up with all of our work, all of our other shows. Hey, you might enjoy Perfect Blue Studios. Don't know that much about you. But what I can safely say is thank you for listening and happy holidays to you all. As always, I am joined by Andrew Labouche, Miguel Antonio Barragan. We start off with you, Andrew. How is the holiday season?
Doing good, Lee. Trying to stay awake.
We'll get through this quickly. For those of you who haven't gone through this before, Miguel, for Christmas, were you here for Christmas last year? I remember that I was in a drunken. Did he join us? Are you like at a year already? You're close to a year, right?
Close to a year, yeah. I think like actual show was like a watch along for and Wilder 2, which was in February.
Okay. Every year for the holidays, Andrew and I both realize that the upcoming 2 weeks around the Christmas holiday, there is very little fight news. We will probably do a show Sunday. We're sorry we're a little late this week. That's first one person's problem, then the second night was somebody else's problem, so it happens. But Andrew and I record either a best of, but this year, Andrew, should we do a watch along for our middle holiday show? Since Christmas is on a Friday next week, we can do a show on Sunday. So the Wednesday before Christmas, you guys will have a show. Then right after Christmas, yeah, let's do a watch along right after Christmas, Andrew, for the New Year break show. Because there won't be any news. And we'll let Miguel pick this year. Miguel, let me know. Yeah, go ahead, Andrew.
That's all fine. Know that Canelo Smith, December 19th. So we do have one fight real late. That's
this weekend. That's next week's show. I'm talking about the week after. We'll record 2 shows next week, and then we can all just have a nice holiday. And we don't have to worry about getting a show in.
That works.
I realize it's time away for the kids for you, Andrew. So if you want to do a show, we'll do a show. We'll work it out. Just to let everybody know who's listening, we normally do that. Miguel, how are the holidays for you?
Not bad. I mean, I can't complain. Working from home, of course. A little bit of a different shift I'm on. I'm in a 4 a.m. shift, which is pretty tough. But considering I do literally roll out of bed and just hop on my computer, it's a little bit easier. But hey, holidays are holidays. Isn't something that we haven't dealt with before.
And that's good. I myself am enjoying the holidays. And I've decided to take up more extreme sports, but since I can't take any more head trauma, I've been able to figure out ways to destroy my body with other sports. I've got tennis destroying my right shoulder and forearm, and apparently my extreme hiking with the 20-pound weight vest has destroyed my left shoulder for some reason and pinched a nerve. I'm doing very well. And of course, I'm not taking any time off to let those heal. I'm just continuing to go. There you guys go. You're all caught up for the holidays. Aren't you glad? We have lots of news to talk about, and Andrew's falling asleep. So we'll reverse engineer this all the way. We will start off with last week, and that would be Joshua versus Pulev. For those of you who live under a rock, Anthony Joshua fought Kubrat Pulev for the WBA, IBF, WBO Heavyweight Championship of the World. Anthony Joshua scored a spectacular 9th round knockout against IBF mandatory challenger Kubrat. I didn't really kiss her or feel her boobs, Pulev. on Saturday night before 1,000 socially distanced fans at the SS. It looked way more than like 1,000. Let's just stop right there with this story that I'm reading. It looked like way more than 1,000 fans to me. That's a BS. I call BS on that. Andrew, do you think it was only 1,000 people?
1,001 section.
Right, right.
Yeah, it's either there was 1,000 of them and they said fuck the social distancing and all went to one side of the ring, or someone just stopped. Someone didn't know how to count over there at the doors, and very loud. It was a nice. It was kind of nice to even get to hear the crowd again, when they were cheering on this fight.
What about you, Miguel? What do you think about the crowd?
I mean, it definitely did seem like more. I mean, I assume they just kind of all bunched together, and after a while, they're just like, "Oh, fuck this," because once they started playing the Sweet Caroline song, I'm sure everyone was already drunk as shit. So they're like, "What social distancing? Fuck this," and just kind of just all bunched together. So it definitely looked there was a lot more people. But I mean, hey, if everyone left home or went home clean, which we don't know obviously, but hopefully everyone did, then hey, fuck it, that was cool. But it was definitely pulling at the heartstrings, hearing the crowd again. I was like, damn, that's how it was, huh?
You were having a Sweet Caroline moment at the fight and enjoying it immensely.
Yes.
The fight went on. Joshua was an 8-1 favorite. He dropped Pulev throughout the fight, beat him up, beat him down, beat him around. There were a couple of great moments with Pulev looking like he'd be in the fight, but ultimately he wound up looking, in my humble opinion, like a very old man getting beat up by a very young guy. And I don't think that Joshua changed his style all that much. I think it was I'll start with you, Miguel. It looked like pre-Andy Ruiz fight type moves. He looked like the old Joshua to me. I didn't see that long distance jabbing Klitschko style. It just looked like he was going to go in there and slug it out and wasn't afraid of pull up. What's your opinion?
It looked like he came in a little bit heavier, right? I'm not sure if I saw the weights, but I thought he came in a little bit heavier than when he fought Ruiz. It did look like he gained his confidence back. He did look more willing to slug it out and put a little bit more behind those shots. And it didn't seem like he was too concerned with Pulev's power. He wasn't trying to necessarily jab on the outside, although he did do quite a bit of jabbing. It was a great performance. He pretty much shut Pulev out. I thought he was going to be able to take him out a little bit earlier. Maybe I was just jumping the gun a little bit, but great performance. He did everything like picture perfect. Even when he dropped Pulev early, he didn't go in there for the kill necessarily and went crazy the way he did against Ruiz and risking potentially getting tagged again or anything like that. So he was very careful about it, and he's like, all right, I caught him once, I'm going to catch him again, and sure enough, eventually he did, and he finished him off. So I was definitely impressed. It was like a little bit of both, actually. It was almost like a little bit of pre-Ruiz and then like during Ruiz. It seems to have a perfect mesh of both of those, which is ultimately what we want from fighters. You want them to be as close to a complete fighter as possible. So it was a great performance by Joshua. I felt he gained a little bit more, if not entirely, his confidence back. So it was a fun fight. I loved watching Joshua at his probably at his best to date.
Andrew.
I think the best thing Miguel said there at the end was it was a little bit of both. Joshua is starting to dial it in. That's what I seen Saturday afternoon. The jab, the right hand, using his height, right? All the advantages he's supposed to have, it seems like he's dialing them in. And look, Tyson Fury's the only one out there who gives him a fight from what I seen Saturday. And that's not a bad thing. Tyson Fury might be one of the best greatest heavyweights we've seen of this era, right? When this is all said and done. So that's not a bad thing that he's the one that is the competition for you. Everyone else look like Joshua. He's above everybody else in the division right now. Great technical fight on his side. The jab, was very impressed with the jab. The way he Miguel said, he dropped them, didn't go in recklessly and go for the finish there and get caught with anything. Got hit with some big shots. They didn't rock them. It was an all-around good performance. Look, looks like they want to go straight to Tyson Fury. Not a bad thing for us boxing fans. I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know where they're going to get all this money from, but not a bad thing for us. Tyson, like I said, one of the greatest maybe heavyweights of all time. It's going to be very hard for Joshua to outbox that man. He's got a good jab. Tyson's got a better one. He's a good boxer, but Tyson's better. The only thing I could see Joshua maybe having an advantage on going up in that fight is the power. But he's gonna have to change up his fight game plan just a little. I don't think the standing tall and jab right hand is gonna bring enough to beat a guy like Tyson Fury. So that's still a great fight if they make it. But I think the advantage for me is still gonna be the favorite will still be Tyson going into that fight. But yeah, liked everything about Saturday. I didn't want Saturday to be close at all. He didn't make it close. He went in there, he finished him. He dropped him 4 times, I believe, 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, at least 4 times by my count.
Yeah, so that's what he needed to do. He needed to look like one of the heavyweight kingpins, and he did. So now it's time to him and Tyson Fury to get it on.
I was watching it in Danish, and it was much more enjoyable, in my opinion. And guess what? There's fewer breakups of the video signal at our new sponsor, VIPRow.net. But it was a fun watch. It was a good fight. I hope you all get a chance to go check it out. Anthony Joshua looked fantastic. Moving forward, Cassius Clay and Evander Holyfield both win by KO, setting up a fight between the two legends. First and foremost, I wanted to get your feedback. Did you guys know Cassius Clay was still fighting? And Evander Holyfield, for that matter, and that they both had fights last week, and they both win by KOs, setting up a big fight between the two.
They seen Tyson and Jones pay-per-view numbers, Lee. It's bringing everyone back.
So you think I was under the assumption
I think they dug Cassius up. Yes. Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, that's the setup for the choke.
Yeah, they actually gave him like a vaccine shot. I woke his ass up and they're like, fuck this. Time to get to the ring.
Yeah,
for those of you just listening to the audio, go watch the video and you'll see why this is a funny joke. And I'm not going to help out the two actual fighters. There you go. Moving forward, I'm going to help these two because I actually watched
That's his son. Evan
I know it is.
Oh, okay.
And Cassius Clay Colliard is nobody. He had the name of Cassius. And I guess it sets up a fight. And by the way, here's the funny part. It sets up a fight in the gym. They're not fighting in an arena. They're not like, I don't even know how this made it as a mainstream boxing story. They're fighting in the boxing gym. I get it, but damn it, dude. It's like a fight out of Creed. I mean, they're just fighting in the gym for a set of car keys. It's not a real fight. Colbert TKO's Arboleda. I actually watched this fight. I had 3 fights going. I had 3 monitors going on Saturday night. I watched the dude with the red hair, TKO. I don't know either of these guys. Never heard of them. I didn't know that they had a backstory, that they had a history. Cool. I mean, yay. Colbert was undefeated going into the fight. He's an unbeaten WBA super interim super featherweight. It's PBC, so I guarantee Andrew didn't see it. There was a UFC fight that night that turned into one of the best fights of the year, going on my main screen. And I guarantee Miguel didn't see this fight. So I thought I'd give the PBC a little bit of love and go, yeah, it was still a shitty fight. There you go. There's my love for the PBC. Merry Christmas to the PBC. Nakatani downs twice, and then the big move knocks out Verdejo. This is the biggest upset of the weekend and the funniest moment of the fight. For those of you going, Verdejo, you mean Felix Verdejo, the guy you used to talk about? Your co-host used to come on here. Willie Guillermo Jimenez would come on here and literally give blowjobs to verbally on the air. Same Felix Verdejo. Boy, did he get his ass knocked out. WBO number 14 lightweight Masayoshi Takahani. Hashtag me too, people. I don't want any emails. Scored spectacular ninth round knockout over IBF number 5, WBO number 12, Felix Verdejo. All right, screw all the articles, and I knew this, that, and the other. Verdejo actually rattles Nakatani early in the fight, right? And then somehow gets into this weird-ass slugfest with the dude all night long. I have Verdejo winning before, Nakatani grew a set of balls and put this dude down. And for those of you wondering, TKO, mild knockout, bad call by the ref. Nah, knock the fuck out. He's gone. He's done. The end of Verdejo. In fact, we have these words from Bob. Gone. He's gone. Fuck him. I'm taking Puerto Rico back. I'll find a new fighter. Fucking guy hasn't been shit since he got hit on that goddamn motorcycle. Fucking asshole. Thank you, Bob. I turn first to you, Miguel. It was great, right? It was great.
Do you think it's like a helicopter ride on Scarface? Like they give the new Puerto Rican kid, they're like, here, look at that's Verdejo. Look at him. We're taking him home. And then he looks and pushes him.
Look at him down on the beach. We got him penned off from the rest of Puerto Rico. We feed him. We drop shipping food to the island. Fuck him. That could be you. Now we're offering a green card for you if you can be the next Puerto Rican star. Mr. Aram, isn't Puerto Rico part of the United States? I mean, I don't even need a passport to go fight. Shut up. We're going to ship you out to Oxnard. You're going to go train out there with Garcia. And you're going to get sponsored by some mysterious Mitsubishi dealership in the middle of Southern California. Just shut up and do it. Yes, sir, Mr. Aram. Get right on it. Miguel, what do you think of the next big thing, Felix? I'm not Trinidad Verdejo.
Correction.
Okay, let's be honest. He really was like Felix Trinidad at the end of the day. At the end of the day, when the chips were down, he was just like Felix Trinidad.
Well, I mean, he certainly didn't go as far as Trinidad, but yes, at the end of the day, ultimately, they both fell the exact same way. I mean, it's disappointing. It seems like he wasn't able to seal the deal. Not pronouncing Nakatani, and Nakatani just kept getting back up, and we're like, oh shit, I guess this dude's just going to be in there. And by the way, this is the same Nakatani who took Teofimo a little distance the first time Teofimo's gone in 12 or 10, I think it was. I'm not sure, but so we knew this guy was tough. When I saw Verdejo drop Nakatani, I was like, oh shit, here we go. All right, the old Verdejo is back. And then that didn't exactly happen. He wasn't able to finish him off, even though he dropped him a few more times after that. And then when he got dropped, when Verdejo himself got dropped to what appeared to be a jab, then I was like, oh yeah, then Verdejo's really back. The old Verdejo's back. Because I mean, it just looks like he can't take a punch anymore. Punch didn't seem that hard, and the fact that he was like flopping all over the goddamn place after that, I was like, oh man, once it's gone, it's gone. And unfortunately for Verdejo, it's gone. So there's not coming back from that. I don't think he can take a shot anymore. Even though he was taking some shots earlier in the fight, it just seemed like that one that caught him right on the button, pretty much, took everything out of him. Disappointing, but this is Verdejo. I mean, what can we expect? I think that pretty much, wraps up his chin.
So what I'm hearing you say is Puerto Rican fighters suck. Sure. Well, okay, cool. Andrew, how big a smile did you have when this knockout happened?
I wasn't smiling when I heard that Nakatani was plus 750 on the knockout. Oh. Plus 750, you guys. I felt sorry for the kid, really, the young man Verdejo. He had everything going for him going into this fight. He had a winning streak.
Everything. He had everything.
He looked like he was prepared, right? Came in determined, had the haircut, had the promise of Teofimo Lopez next. They're already talking about the big fight coming up. Gets 2 knockdowns right away. Looks, pretty much speed and power looked like it was going to dominate this fight. Nakatani, I swear, these Japanese fighters, man. These guys are crazy. We talk about it way too much to Kamikaze, and forgive me for not knowing all of their names, but at least 5 of them from junior middleweight. Oh yeah, these guys come with that mentality, Lee. They really do. You can hit them with the bat. They're not fucking going down. They're not staying down. They don't freaking care. Like it's now or never for these guys, and that's what it was Saturday for Nakatani when he got up off that canvas twice and just kept coming. The kid Verdejo was setting him up. He was doing everything right. The counter punches, the feints. He was doing everything right. Left hooks, right hands. The guy never stopped coming at him, and it broke him mentally, physically. Just the pressure of Nakatani broke Verdejo mentally. Where ultimately a jab is what stopped them. Great fight for Nakatani. Very sad for Verdejo. It is the end for him. As we've seen, Willie deleted his what was he following him on Instagram? The kid, the fucking 10 count hasn't even stopped, Miguel. The ref's still counting.
We both got a text literally when he went down meme. I guess that's the terminology now. He went down meme fashion. My phone.
He's unfollowing. What a dick.
He's like, and that's a wrap. Before the 10 count, I had a text that said, and that's a wrap.
That's the life of boxing, man. You're only as good as your last fight with these fans, let me tell you.
Ooh.
Don't fight for
Fucking
those
asshole.
guys. That's
Damn asshole is what he is. I have so much money invested into this kid, I can't even begin to tell you. What a prick. Jesus.
Yeah, no, they never.
Puerto Rican.
If, listen, he's from the Olympics. He was a rising star. They might have invested a little to get his career off, and yeah, he didn't even get one title. Did he? I don't even know if he gets a title shot. You guys, did Verdejo ever get a title shot?
I think probably one of those whack ass WBC Intercontinental.
No, but we're talking about a real championship. No, a real belt.
No,
the top.
I don't think so.
Wow.
I'll tell you this, he's no Miguel Cotto. He's no Miguel Cotto.
Yeah, he's not a Cotto. He's not even a Cotto.
I mean,
hell, at this point, they got more out of Juan Manuel Lopez than they did Verdejo.
Yeah. They really did. Yeah.
They got more out of Hector Macho Camacho.
The junior.
But
so
Vasquez Jr.
The only thing left for Felix Trinidad is to, beat up a woman and start smuggling lots of cocaine. That's all that's left for you. You can get into the smuggling business and beating women up. Good luck to you, Felix Trinidad. Moving forward.
Keep calling him Felix
Trinidad.
Felix for
I like my. Yeah, whatever.
Whatever.
Felix.
He unfollowed him in his brain,
Every fighter.
Unfollow.
Felix. I mean, seriously, everybody wants to be, Gomez or Benitez from Puerto Rico, for God's sakes. You can't be Cotto because he really moved to New York and doesn't really live in Puerto Rico. I mean, so you're down to Benitez and Gomez. That's it. That's it for real Puerto Rican fighters. The rest are all named Felix and they all suck. There you go. That's my summation. Did I just mention real fighters again? I'm not supposed to do that. I'm sure.
Oh, badly, bad.
I actually know real fighters from Puerto Rico. I made that up. I don't really know who Benitez is. They're both named Wilfredo, right? They're not. One's Wilfred and one's... Never mind. Is there a difference between Wilfred and Wilfredo? Is there? It's just an O. I'm just saying it out loud.
Yeah.
It's just an O. And all the other fighters seem to be named Felix. Really? Think about it. Think about it. Okay? I signed a piece of paper, okay, that says I'm telling the truth, okay? My God, I'm in love with her. How do I get a date with her? I signed a piece of paper that says if I'm lying, I can go to jail. So what's the difference between Wilfred and Wilfredo? An O, okay? Okay? What about all the other fighters? They're named Felix. Think about it. Where did all the votes come from? Sorry. That was my political moment. Shakur Stevenson shuts down Shaka Khan. The sad part was Shaka Khan didn't look horrible. I mean, I really thought it would be like a one-sided beatdown throughout this fight, to be brutally honest.
It was.
And it generally was, but he didn't look horrible in there. He was trained well by Freddie Roach. I mean, he's an average club fighter who got into the ring with a guy who's an elite fighter. I think we can all accept this, and this is what we learned from Shakur Stevenson. He's at the top of the food chain in the featherweight division, the super featherweight division. I think Shakur needs to fight another top name to see. He hasn't done it yet, but I mean, he looked good against a very well prepared Freddie Roach guy who prepared the fighter he had to the best of that fighter's ability, and he was able to go the distance. He didn't win a round, but he didn't look, I mean, horrible losing every round either. Like most one-sided beatdowns, I start to feel bad for the other fighter about the second round because I know it's just going to be a dude getting beat up. Maybe it's from watching too many PBC fights. So I start with you, Andrew. Did you learn anything from watching Shakur Stevenson?
No. Look, it was a shutout. I had him winning all the rounds. People are giving him a hard time because he didn't knock him out. He was showboating a lot. Everything that Shakur did in the ring Saturday, we've seen before, right? We've seen Roy Jones talk to his opponents. We've seen Roy Jones talk to the commentators. We watched Floyd do it. Shakur, it didn't rub off on me the way it did other people that attacked him right away on the internet. And if you ask Shakur Stevenson, he wanted to fight Oscar Valdez, when Miguel Burchelt stepped out on this night. He wanted to step in for him, not take his date. He wanted to be the opponent. He said that they told him no. After this fight, he called out Jamal Herring and then Miguel Burchelt. I mean, you guys, he literally called out two names that will make him no money. These fighters don't sell tickets. These aren't big fighting names. These are guys that Lomachenko avoided, especially Miguel Burchelt. Nobody's been talking about Miguel Burchelt. That's what I love about all these new guys that are coming out through Top Rank and Golden Boy. Your Ryan Garcias, your Teofimo Lopez's, your Shakur Stevensons. They're not here for the lifestyle. They're here for the legacy. You had this guy call out Valdez. Then after he wins a fight, the two names he calls out are guys that are not going to make him the most amount of money that he can at this time. But that's great. Yeah, Teofimo Lopez take on Lomachenko with only 16 pro fights. You got Ryan Garcia taking on Linares. Linares drops out. He backs it up with Luke Campbell. I mean, these guys are in it to win it. This is a great time for the featherweight, lightweight divisions. No, I loved everything about Shakur. Yeah, maybe the power isn't there, but the boxing IQ is. And we've seen that do fine for many other fighters, American fighters that didn't have good power. So I was impressed with what he did Saturday.
Miguel Antonio Barragan. By the way, everybody, follow him at Fight Fiend Migs on both YouTube and the Instagrams. Thanks, Miguel.
Thank you for the shameless plug. All right. Well, I mean, we didn't really learn anything new per se from seeing them on Saturday. I know that around the boxing world, the comparison was him and his opponent against, Chris Colbert and his opponent because they're both at 130. So that's kind of, like, oh, which one did better against which opponent kind of deal. And that was sort of the side-by-side, going around the boxing web this weekend. I have to piggyback off what Andrew was saying. The fact that he was willing to face Valdez, when fucking Burchelt backed out, had to back out because of COVID, that shows his willingness to fight these dudes. If I'm not mistaken, Valdez didn't want to risk losing the title shot against Burchelt, so he's like, no, fuck this, we'll go ahead and just reschedule it. and then ultimately the card went to Shakur. So the fact that he's, and then post fight, calling out the winner of Herring and Frampton, and then I guess the winner of Valdez and Berchelt, that's some ballsy shit. I mean, that's something that fucking Errol Spence can learn from, for fuck's sake. Like, this is how it's done. Seeing these guys want to fight the best of the best. Young cats says not like these guys are necessarily, on the way out or anything like that. These guys are still relatively close to their prime and willing to fight one another is a pretty big deal for us fans. So I definitely like that. There wasn't too much power behind, some of his shots. I don't know if it had anything to do with the short notice. I mean, I'm not sure how short is short per se, but he wasn't even supposed to fight, this weekend, and it wasn't until that Berchelt and Valdez fight that fell through that he decided to step up and actually make a fight out of it. One thing that I did notice, he was a little bit over at the on the scale. He was, I think, half a pound over, nothing major. And I think Timothy Bradley was trying to make a big deal out of that shit, and Andre Ward was like, dude, relax, it's just half a pound, calm the fuck down. He took off his watch and took off, he stripped down and he made the weight, no problem. I don't know if it was just a scale thing, but when you see a guy not make weight, you're like, hold on, did he train right? Was there anything happen with his fight camp? So maybe there was something like that. I'm not entirely sure, but he doesn't exactly have the power like other dudes.
Or maybe the Walmart scale is just a half a pound off, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
right, or that. Yeah, everybody on stage walking around and shit while he's trying to, weigh in. But yeah, I mean, nothing impressive as far as his power goes, but I mean, it's still a solid. He got himself, what was his 12 rounds or 10 rounds? I think it was 10 rounds. He got himself 10 rounds in. Yeah. So that's something. He's staying busy. He's a young cat. I liked what I saw. Yes, it wasn't the most exciting fight, but he did, win handedly. And, I was impressed by that he's doing his part, not just in winning these fights, but calling out the bigger fighters.
Was this the fight that Timothy Bradley was screaming for the ref to end it? Do you guys remember?
That wouldn't be shocking. I didn't listen to the audio because this was happening at the same time as possibly.
Yeah. I don't know. I was watching the Deportes version, so I was listening to
him and Andre. Whoever wants to go watch the replay, him and Andre get into it pretty good at the end of this fight.
Jeez.
Andre has a big pause where Timothy's going off about, I've never taken a beating, and everybody just gets real quiet on the telecast. Like, really?
Apparently he forgot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, maybe he got his ass whooped so bad he don't even remember that shit.
His eyes are in different locations. He got beat so bad his eyes are in different locations.
Yeah.
I mean, apparently he's the only one who hasn't looked in the mirror to find that out.
I mean, I think what I think happened seriously is I think Timothy thought Bradley thought it was a 12-round fight. It was only a 10 because he's screaming for it to be stopped in the 10th on the final round. And Andre's like, relax, Timmy, come on, it's round 10. Why can't the young man go the distance with Shakur Stevenson? It's the final round. No, man, you got to stop this. This could be doing the whole, he might not wake up tomorrow and you got to stop him from himself. The whole BS. I don't know. To me, I thought every fighter knows what they're doing when they get in the ring. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not Timothy Bradley. I'm not an ex-pro fighter. But then right away when Andre started going down that path, you took a lot of, fights that were close and you wouldn't want it. No, I never took a beating. It was real, the whole boxing world went, huh? Seriously?
It's the heat of being in Palm Springs and being a vegetarian. That's my theory. He's just losing his mind from being out there.
Hey, someone posted a picture of him coming out of the Pacquiao fight in a wheelchair. That's pretty good. That was a pretty good.
Oh my God. Moving forward. As Andrew pointed out earlier, let's get to the news. As Andrew pointed out earlier, Anthony Joshua did his job, and it didn't take them but about 24 hours before the posters, memes, and everything else hit the market. After Anthony Joshua dominated and then knocked out IBF mandatory Kubrat Pulev Saturday night in London, Bob was on the phone. Yeah,
Hey, Lee.
that's how he put it. I'll be on the phone on Monday. Yes. Do you want me to read
do
your
you have
thing?
do you have the numbers for? I just want to tell everyone that Stevenson got a good number of 1.5 million views. Did you?
No, that's good. No,
Yeah,
I did not get.
1.5 million is their average. It topped at 2.2, but I guess there was a dip after Berlanga. Is that the young man, the Puerto Rican, the new Puerto Rican kid?
The Superman one, yeah.
He was probably the one that Bob Aaron was like, look it up at the helicopter. That's the one Verdeo got thrown out in front of was Berlanga.
Listen,
Yeah.
don't lose. I got a job for you. It's in Oxnard.
So yeah,
You're gonna love Oxnard.
After his fight, they dropped off, but it started at 2.2. It could have been college football, said in the report. LSU had defeated, LSU defeated Florida.
I saw that. It was a close, weird game. I kind of watched the upset before it.
I watched the end. You almost had to, right? If you tuned in at the time the boxing was supposed to start, you had to watch like the whole fourth quarter of this damn game.
Well, I wound up watching boxing, and UFC. And let me just take this moment to say,
Lee, wait. Hey, Lee, did you see where the fix was? Now you're striking my memory. Here you go. Did you see where the fix was in that game?
You mean
I
don't know.
The fix, the college player who fixed the game.
Was there?
Oh, dude, there's a defensive back, third down. They stop him. Miguel, they stop him. This game's going to be over. It's fourth down. They're either going for it and they got one play to win it, or they're punting and they're hoping their defense. But it's going to be fourth down. The guy throws the fucking shoe. You didn't see that, Lee? He throws the shoe like 20 yards down the field, just throws his shoe. His cleat. Gets a penalty. First down. They go on to win the game. You didn't see that?
No, I wasn't paying attention. At that point, I was working on getting the UFC in. Sorry, UFC was...
That's college football for you. Third down, didn't get it. The guy takes his shoes off and throws it. All right.
The UFC on Saturday night did probably put on and I'm going to use air quotes because Andrew will get mad. The best fight of the year happened on Saturday night. If you get a chance to download that 5 rounds of, I don't even know what to call that, Miguel. I don't even know what I watched. It was it a draw? Was it really a draw?
What were we talking about?
Oh, the UFC card, the main event of the UFC card.
Figueiredo against a nobody, literally against a nobody. Figueiredo was like a 3-1 favorite in the fight. Like they just expected this kid to fold, and he was just a badass Mexican fighter who wouldn't stay down. Like it was literally like watching Cool Hand Luke. Like this kid just kept coming like a bad horror movie. And then Figueiredo fouled him and lost a point, which made it interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a ball shot that was so bad.
Oh, it was a bad ball shot. Dude was coughing up a fucking lung.
DC had the line of the day. DC said the ball shot was so bad, I grabbed my own sack.
That's a good one. I must have not heard that one because I don't know. I was watching the.
Joe was like, that was bad. Joe was like, that was a bad shot. And DC goes, it was so bad I grabbed my own stuff. That's a bad shot.
It was a bad shot.
And that tipped the scale. It tipped the scale, and the kid kept coming. If you get a chance, wow. What a fight.
It was easily one of the best flyweight fights that the UFC has had. I know that in the long run, it probably benefits them to have the belt on Figueiredo because Figueiredo is a knockout puncher, and there needs some sort of excitement to spark the flyweight division because people generally don't, they're very, very talented fighters and they have very, very fast-paced fights and they're very technical, but, they're not knocking people out necessarily. More often than not, they do go the distance, and, there are some submissions here and there, but, to have that electric vibe buzz around a guy who knocks you the fuck out. And then, seeing him, Figueiredo, we get this draw here with Moreno. If you guys get the chance, I definitely it was a scrap, like a dope ass scrap to end the year for the UFC as far as pay-per-view. It was a great scrap. So if you guys get a chance,
I had Shakur on one screen. I had that stupid PBC card on my small screen, but on the big screen was that UFC card, and I'm like, is anybody else watching? I didn't want to text you. I'm like,
anybody else was. I'm still trying because it's weird. It didn't ever even came on my feed.
It was awesome. It was straight up. Okay,
no,
so
but
when
most of the time UFC, they're pretty good at getting their word out there. Everyone will have it posted once it's. I didn't even hear about this.
It didn't get any press run. I'm sure Mackenzie Dern probably got more press run than anything else.
Yeah.
She wound up in some kind of crazy ass knockout drag out thing. Instead, the two best female grapplers on the planet met and decided to stand up with each other and just launch bombs at each other.
Yeah,
that's crazy. And when I mean best grapplers in the world, we're talking Pan Am world champion, black belt female, adult women.
You say women wrestlers, bro. So yeah, you had me at women wrestling.
Oh, dude, Mackenzie's hot for what she is until she got her nose broken. And then her corner lied to her in one of the greatest moves I ever saw. She's like, "How's my nose?" "Oh, it's fine. It's fine. You're fine."
yeah. Let's not bring a mirror in here.
Like, "No, it's not. It's broken." So go check that fight out if you get a chance, and please check out our sponsor, VIPfrontrow.net or VIProw.net. We're going to talk about some fights coming up this weekend, so you get a chance to try out. Let's try it out. VIProw.net. Again, they don't pay us any money, but man, what a selection of sports that they have all the time on every streaming and available platform. Good for them. All right, moving forward. After Anthony Joshua and then knocked out the IBF mandatory Kubrat Pulev Saturday night. Who wrote this? So I can make fun of them if they get it wrong. Ooh, it's a press release. The IBF WBA WBO heavyweight champion stated he wants the WBC belt. Currently held by Tyson Fury, they remain on a collision course to decide an undisputed championship in 2021. For those of you wondering one side of the story, because I don't know if it has it in the story, Bob Arum literally on Saturday night, I guess from his chair tweet, his team tweeted out, "I'll call on Monday. I'm watching this fight, but I'll call on Monday and I'll make the fight. Okay? Everybody leave me alone. Stop asking me questions. I'm watching Shakur Stevenson and trying to find a Puerto Rican boxer." I started this game in 2013. I've been chasing all the belts. I've been dealing with mandatories, told Joshua. Of course, I want the challenge. It's not about the opponents. It's about the legacy and the belts. Whoever has got the belt, I would love to compete with them. If that's Tyson Fury, let it be Tyson Fury. It's no big deal. All right, let's talk about it, because as of Monday, everybody was putting out their posters, their memes, and everything else they could think of, including Tyson Fury, who did an ugly sweater of himself boxing. He had a Christmas sweater of himself, which was the craziest thing I've ever seen. And he goes, "Joshua, you're a dosser. Fight's on." Bob said fight's on. People started making posters about the fight being on. Andrew, as far as you know, is the fight on?
No.
Right.
It's not. Yeah, this easily could be Tyson Fury and Bob Arum just jumping on it to get a little bit of the press, and then they'll have to see Eddie Hearn and Joshua deny the fight, so they could laugh about that too and said we tried. No, the fight's not on as of yet. Listen, I'd be a lot more confident in this fight being on if we had fans in the seats, in the arena. They're saying Wembley, but none of this matters unless there's fans. Now, if they do it on pay-per-view, that's great. Don't know how much interest that fight is here though in America. Will it do over 1 million buys? Yeah, I don't know.
Are you serious?
Are you done?
Are you serious?
Look, at the very most, we can say that they might get a Tyson Roy Jones number, 1.2. If those are all the diehards that are left buying pay-per-views, a 1.2 number for Joshua and Fury at the money these guys are making, I don't know if that they need something way bigger than that. They said that made 80 million. Well, fuck, these two guys probably are going to demand about 50 million alone. So, and then the UK, it just seems that history has shown the UK's pay-per-view numbers are really never that staggering. They're not, right? Am I lying, Miguel? Do you have any knowledge on UK numbers?
Not too much, but I mean, it's not like if it would have been to the point where like they are big, staggering numbers, we would have known about them. The fact that we're not,
doesn't Floyd? I think Floyd owns it with like 1 million buys or 800,000 pay-per-view buys or something. It's something really low. So they don't make a tremendous amount of money on their sports pay-per-view over there. So I just don't know where this money gets generated from right now. That's why I don't have a lot of confidence in this matchup.
And another thing, like the WBO is basically trying to sabotage this fight by saying that Usyk is next for AJ because he's the mandatory DO. That he's been like they put him off to the side a couple of times already to have AJ fight Ruiz and rematch Ruiz and now Pulev. So they're trying. I don't feel confident this fight is actually going to go down. Although I did get tickled when I read it. I'm like, oh shit, here we go. I'm that excited. But it's always that same roller coaster shit. I read it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm excited, and then I calm down. I'm like, wait a second, is it really gonna go down, or am I already jumping the gun? But apparently the WBO is trying to sabotage this shit by saying that Usyk should be next because he's a mandatory challenger for the WBO belt. I don't know if that's going to be enforced or not, or if AJ is going to be forced to drop the belt for the sake of making the Fury fight. But already there's hurdles.
Drop the belt, get a bigger step aside check. Yeah, right. I don't know what the rules are. I don't know if the WBO gets a piece of the step aside money too, but that's what all that could come down to. Seems nothing that a check won't handle. Like I said, for boxing, it is the fight that everyone wants to see. I don't think it could take another defeat. This is they got Joshua in a real good place right now. He's selling again. He's hot again. It's almost like they got to cash this one in now. I just don't know what the price tag is on both. I mean, seriously, we're looking at like 50, 55 million when these guys were fighting other opponents. Now they're going to be meeting each other. Are they going to come in for the same price, or do they want to raise because there's so much on the line in this fight? And I guess it can be asked, is this the greatest UK matchup that's ever been put down?
Oh, probably, because I mean, I don't remember the last time. I mean, maybe it's happened in heavyweight history before, but I mean, I don't remember the last time two English fighters.
Lewis. I think that was one of the big ones. Was it Bruce Seldon and Lennox Lewis?
No. Seldon was American. What's Bruno? Frank Bruno.
Bruno. There you go. Very
and
nice.
Lennox Lewis.
Yes.
But I mean, even then, I think it was just for the WBC championship. I don't even think it was for the undisputed title. These two dudes would be for it, for everything, all the marbles, basically. I don't know if that's ever been done as far as the heavyweights go. But this is, I think, as big as it gets, like literally and figuratively.
And just so Joshua and Eddie Hearn know this, we don't care about the WBO. If they want to throw a hissy fit and take their fucking title, I'll still call it the unified championship of the world without the WBO involved. I give a flying fuck about that.
Because he didn't lose it in the ring. Like anytime I see this shit, I'm just like, drop the fucking belt. One less sanctioning fee you have to worry about. And it's like, come on now, you didn't lose it in the ring legitimately. They just stripped it of you. It's one of those Maravilla things where they take the belt away from him. It's like, no, he's the man. Whether he has the strap or not, he's the man.
Shout out to the WBO. We don't care about you. Don't overplay your hand. Be lucky that you're at the party. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
Exactly. Otherwise, you'll be on the sidelines watching because no one gives a rat's ass.
Sorry, I just had an image of, hey, who the fucking fighted the WBO? That's hilarious. The most fucked man in boxing is back. And he's fucked again. Povetkin White rematch to be pushed back again. Andrei Rabansky, promoter of WBC interim heavyweight champion Alexander Povetkin, has indicated that Povetkin will not be able to fight in the rematch against Dillian White on January 30th. Alexander had to go to the hospital again to be examined days after he was discharged, and now he had to start training. We will increase the workload in stages under the supervision of doctors. For now, it looks like that he won't be able to fight in January. We must face the consequences of the virus and will not allow Povetkin's health to be put at risk. I.e., I don't want to fight during COVID. That's basically what they're saying. There's nothing wrong with him. We don't want to fight.
Okay. And also, if negotiations fall through for Tyson Fury, does Povetkin step in as a number one mandatory because he's the interim heavyweight champ, WBC heavyweight champ? Could that be playing a role right now?
That's realistic. I think that's potential.
Right?
I mean, that's possible.
That seems like, if I was Povetkin, I'd fucking back out of the fight too. If right now I'm sitting as maybe the next guy to take on Tyson Fury, and Fury hasn't fought in Povetkin yet, so it's a fight that's very doable on paper. Also, it's not like sometimes the whole Dillian White getting another shot at Joshua, it just didn't sell. He's better this time. That really doesn't sell in this sport. You know what I mean? Sometimes you get your shot and then that's it. So Povetkin also has that playing into his argument for a fight at Tyson, is they've never faced each other yet. So I would, Dillian White had his shot, man. He had his shot multiple times. It sucks. It's a bad situation he was in, but when he was fighting Povetkin, he needed to win that fight. He didn't win that fight, and so now it's time to get over Dillian White. I didn't want all that to rhyme, but yeah, it's time to get over him.
Spit it. You're rapping.
Isn't it hilarious? I mean, it's just amusing to me to watch Dillian White to constantly just get fucked.
It sucks.
Like,
man.
why doesn't he quit?
Maybe he's a bad guy. Maybe he pushed his grandma down or some shit. Who knows, eh?
Down some stairs.
He's just got bad karma going for him, and this is that would be the best story of 2020 if somebody wrote the background on Dillian White. Did you know Dillian White kicks cats?
And punts babies.
Picks up streetwalkers every night.
Earns crack whores with crack pipes. Dillian White for next governor of California. He can't be any worse than Newsom, can he? That's funny. Triple G and Oscar rhetoric heats up. IBF middleweight champion Gennady Golovkin isn't known for his trash talk, but after hearing the comebacking, is that a word? Did somebody really write this over at Fight News? Comebacking.
Sounds like something on Pornhub, baby. Comebacking.
It sounds like a movie. I agree. It's like a movie in a porno. What were you doing right there?
I'm comebacking too.
I'm able to throw it out and bring it back. Comebacking. Hold on, is this really a word?
Don't call it a comeback.
I gotta look this word up. And if porn comes up when I Google this word, I'm going to laugh my physics class off. Comebacking, synonyms, comebacking, anonyms. Is it spelled correctly? Like if I open Microsoft Word, can I put comebacking in? Wait, hold on. Let me see if I can put. Yeah, it doesn't like the word comebacking on.
Does it have that squiggly red line underneath?
How do you spell it? Comeback is a word. Comebacking is in the Urban Dictionary. Should we look it up? Let's see what the Urban Dictionary says. Comebacking.
Oh no!
When you come back from something, you are come. No, it's correct.
No. Keep scrolling. Is that the only definition or what?
In a sense that involves magic and occasionally a llama.
What? The fuck?
What? Hold on, I got to read this now. When you come back from something, you are comebacking in a sense that involves magic and occasionally a llama. But yeah, it means to come back with ing.
Wow.
After not making music since the dinosaurs went extinct is comebacking. Wow. That is very urban. I want to know about the magic and the llamas. And by the way, I'm not making this up. You can type comebacking into your Google machines and Urban Dictionary will say, and I quote, when you come back from something, you're comebacking in a sense that involves magic and occasionally a llama. So Andrew, I'm still with you at this is a sexual term. I just haven't had a llama in the bedroom in quite some time. How did they let the word comebacking make it onto anything? Oh, we must see a flat top. IBF middleweight champion Gennady Golovkin isn't known for his trash talk, but after hearing about comebacking ring legend Oscar De La Hoya, what? Hey, I'm not comebacking. I come forward, okay? I'm not coming back. I'm not. I don't take my comeback. I don't take my comeback. It goes forward. Haven't you heard about me with the spoons, bro? The spoons, right? Like when they get them up there, I come forward. I don't come backward, okay? I'm not comebacking. That's like cheap shit like the WBO champions do. Good callback on a joke there. WBO fighters come back. At least one of you liked that joke, and our 5 female listeners did not like that joke.
No.
But
Yes,
our 5 female listeners would like me to say this. There are many times that they would like me to express this to the men in their lives. They would like you to take your comeback to when you are done with it. It's just messy in the way.
Clean your
I'm speaking
mess.
for all women. Clean your mess up.
No,
Clean
no take
your
back.
mess up.
Not taking back.
Unless you buy a ring. Unless you buy a ring.
Yo. No taking back. Those are the rules.
Yo. Unless you buy it a ring, then they can clean the mess up. That's my feeling when there's a ring involved. But that's just me personally. Probably why I'm single as well. All right. You know, Oscar De La Hoya, Oscar Golovkin told AFP, you know how dirty his mouth is? No, actually, I don't. I made Oscar dirty, but it's hilarious. Everything involving Gennady Golovkin for him is a nightmare. He can say whatever, but let me put it this way. If I got the opportunity to legally kill a person in the ring, I might seize it. What? This just turned into the greatest thing ever said by Gennady Golovkin. I'm going to read that again because that might have slipped by you all. You know how dirty his mouth is? No, it's not his mouth. It's his mind that is dirty. Everything involving Gennady Golovkin for him is a nightmare. No, he doesn't have any other way to make money. Get it right, Gennady. He can say whatever. He is saying whatever because you've already mentioned it. But let me put it this way, and this is the part you all need to pay attention to. If I got the opportunity to legally kill a person in the ring, I might seize it. Let's say that line again, because it might have just, somebody was probably driving a car on their way, I don't know, in Australia, and went, hey, kangaroo, what did you just say? Right. I'm going to say it again. If I got the opportunity to legally kill a person in the ring, we have not heard that rhetoric, I'm using the word rhetoric, since Deontay Wilder. Am I wrong in my assumption? That was the last person to make a statement this literally insane. Am I wrong?
Yeah, no. I would say Deontay's the last one, yeah.
Yeah, he wants a body on his record.
If I got a chance, I want a body on my record. This almost sounds like, wait, let me do it as Deontay Wilder. You know, Oscar's got a big-ass mouth. Bomb Squad to take care of it. I mean, everything about Deontay and Oscar is a nightmare. He can say whatever he wants. Bombsy Squad is here. But let me put it this way. If I got the opportunity to legally kill a person in the ring, I might take it and seize it and fuck up Oscar. How'd I do? Was it Deontay-ish?
At this point, I think Oscar is in debt with the cocaine dealer. I don't know where.
Crazy thing.
This is like a 3-minute fight. You know, if Triple G takes this serious, he should have Oscar out of there in 3 minutes. You know, it's bad. It's really desperate on De La Hoya's part. Now, De La Hoya in his prime, I think would have easily defeated Triple G. But this is not De La Hoya in his prime, and we got to remember what De La Hoya looked like leaving the sport. He didn't even throw a punch, I don't think, in that Pacquiao fight. It was bad. He went rounds without doing shit. Now, you could say he was starved. Hopefully this time he comes in at 160, but man. You know, Triple G, I would talk a lot of shit too. This is like a free fucking check. This is easier than step aside money, which he was a victim of throughout like his whole career in his prime. This is easier than that. Sparring is about where you put this type of matchup right now, you guys. Seriously, Triple G is on the downside of his career. He still should annihilate Oscar De La Hoya in 3 minutes if they were to fight in a real fight.
Miguel.
I might say it might be a little bit longer. I think it'll be a little bit longer because at the very least Oscar has enough juice in those legs to backpedal and run, able to get out of the way for at least the first 4, maybe 5 rounds. But beyond that, that's it. His legs will be shot, and he'll have no choice but to stand and exchange punches. I mean, this is kind of a win-win for Oscar. He wins, he gets money, he can pay off his cocaine people, dies in the ring, and he's out one way or another. So it's like win-win. I get
he's got to be in debt with someone. Oscar was like, "Fuck it, I'll go back."
Listen, bro. Listen, I'm gonna explain this correctly. All right. Golovkin's a bitch. All right. He's talking all this shit. I'm bringing my spoons to the ring. He can bring his gloves. Whatever. We're gonna find out. Okay. Sure, I've dropped weight, gotten paid, have phantom punches.
I wish he would have. I wish he would have came back one more time. You couldn't leave the Pacquiao fight in our memories and sell me on this Triple G matchup. You just can't.
He got paid.
You wish that he came back sooner against another one.
I wish he would have done like the go away tour and knocked out a few middleweights. You know what I mean? But. You can't, Oscar. It's going to be hard to sell me on this fight the way he looked in the Pacquiao fight. He had nothing in that one, and I get the whole IV thing.
Well, Andrew, here's why they didn't have the farewell tour. I actually have details about this. He was going to do a farewell tour. He only wanted to fight one fighter repeatedly every night. First name Washington, last name Generals. That's a really good joke. And he was going to fight him every night and knock him out and do all his ring antics and then spin the ball around his back and shoot it through the hoop and win the game every night for the fans that were in attendance, and was going to travel across the U.S. and play arenas. Neither of you are getting that joke, and it's a really, really...
Yeah, that went over my head.
That would be the Harlem Globetrotters.
Oh, very nice.
Generals.
Very nice.
That's the team they beat every single night. If you have to explain the joke, it's not a good joke. This weekend we have 3 fights on tap. Well, really 2 that we want to talk about, but we're going to talk about the third because our international correspondent and the guy who listens to every single show and has no issue telling us exactly what we do with each and every show and whether or not he likes each and every show, and finding things wrong that I do with each and every show, which lately he has not. So I'm very happy. And he's very proud of us for last week with only having, count them, 4 stories pulling off 90 minutes. He enjoyed the show immensely. We're going to start with his fight. Tim Tszyu is taking on Brown Morgan. Tim Tszyu comes into this amazing fight at minus 2,500.
Jeez.
So I'm going to go way out on a limb here. I'm going to go way out on a limb. I think he's going to beat Brown Morgan. I don't know anything about Brown Morgan other than he's got a great name, Brown Morgan. But if Tim Tszyu wins this fight, and there have been a couple of articles about this, they're going to line him up for a title shot in 2021. Let's just talk quickly about Tim Tszyu. Is Tim Tszyu ready for the big time Miguel Antonio Barragan?
Not yet. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, I think right now I forget which Charlo is which, but basically the 154 Charlo. I think he's a unified champ. I'm not sure if there are any other belts that he doesn't have at the moment, but if he needs to get, a championship and he has to go through that Charlo, I don't think he does it. I don't think he's ready quite yet. He's well on his way, but it's too much of a leap. After this Brown Morgan dude, or Morgan Brown, whatever the fuck, after he beats him, Brown Morgan. I think it's too much of a leap for someone at the caliber of Charlo. So ready, not yet, but well on his way.
Andrew, Tim Tszyu, is he ready for the big show?
No, and with the star power that it seems that he has, there's no need to rush. I would work Tim Zoo up as slow as possible, get him as much experience as you can, getting him into bigger with tougher opponents, and then then you shoot for a title shot. There's no rush with him because it looks like he sells a ticket with if it's Bound Morgan across the ring or Jeff Horn. And the Jeff Horn fight, I really wasn't impressed with Zoo. So no, I would not rush him into a title shot. It wasn't it the Patrick
Oh,
Teixeira?
Teixeira.
Isn't that who
Yeah,
they're
the w,
looking to
oh, you know what? And that, yeah, you think you're right. He's the WBO champ at 154.
WBO? I believe that, and that's just a weird fight. It's like I don't know if you
Hmm.
risk that. That guy's got pop. He's got
And
no
he's
name
durable.
to
He's durable as fuck, though.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. I don't know if they risk that fight. So go ahead.
Oh, my
You want
phone's
to
ringing.
answer
Hold on.
that? Would you like to
Hold on.
answer
Hold
that?
on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hold
Yeah,
on. Hold
we'll
on.
just
Hold on.
stop
Let me
the
get
fucking
that. Let me
show.
get that.
Yeah.
Hold on. Hello.
Do we not silence that?
What? Oh, that's the WBO calling. They go,
Perfect time.
first of all, we were invited to the party. Second of all, they'd like to know if Tim Zoo's available for a date. That was a great joke. Thank you.
Very
Thank you.
good.
I'll be here
That was
all week.
very
Wait,
good.
wait. I'm going to give you a follow-up Australian joke just for our Australian fans, our one Australian fan. Here's your follow-up joke. The national anthem will be cried by Maloney. Thank you. I'll be here all week. Tip your waitresses. Friday, December 18th. That's right. The return of Triple G, the big drama show, returns on DAZN. The IBF middleweight title is on the line. If you didn't know this, he still has it. Even though he hasn't been active in quite some time. Yeah. IBF middleweight champion Gennady Golovkin defends his title against Camille. You'll never pronounce my last name, and you'll never hear from me again.
You'll never pronounce my last.
Cesaramenta. Gennady Golovkin comes in at a staggering minus 2750 on Friday night. Minus 2750. Wow, that eclipses Tim Zoo. All right, let's talk about it. Big Drama is back, and he's looking at two major fights in the next 6 months. Camille Cesarmita says what? Says who? Says what? Says me. Says you. Is fighting and Oscar De La Hoya. So let's talk about Gennady Golovkin, the big drama show, making his return to, I guess, knock a guy out in one round and then take another fight where he knocks a guy out in one round. Andrew, Gennady Golovkin, the big drama show's back on Friday night.
Listen, he's got to impress this time. There's no excuses this time. He has an undefeated fighter in front of him, but the guy's unknown. We don't know who he beat, where he's from. He only has 5.
Wait, we can look this up. Wait, they make box racks. We can actually look this up.
I just pulled it up. I just pulled it up myself. If you
Yeah.
want to pull it up there.
He only has 5 knockouts.
What do we got on Camille?
So yeah, 5 wins by KO.
Is it Camel
16 by decision. We can call him Camel for the sake of the show. And the only recognizable name on his record, at least for me, is Kasim Uma, which he couldn't even finish. He beat by unanimous decision in 10 rounds.
Hold on, I'm getting
2016.
Hold on. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Wait, hold on. Okay, I got the call. Yeah. Can't say. Okay, that was the extreme white left saying we can't say camel. Go ahead.
So popular we are today. So yeah, Kasim Uma is the only recognizable name that I've been able to find on his record, which he beat in 10 rounds, didn't even take him out. But other than that, that's pretty much it. Yes, 5 KOs.
And just to let me let the fans know, Miguel just went 4 years into this guy's record. This was 2016. He ain't fought one name since the 16, Miguel. Is that what you're telling me?
The 16s?
That is exactly
wow,
what
back
I'm
in the 16s, I was happening. I had my shit together in the 16s.
Yeah.
We didn't have the COVID. We were killing it in the 16s.
Yeah, it was so fun.
That was so 5 years ago.
Hey, he's got to show up. Look, last time he had a fucking cold. You know, the time before that, he's hungover on the Canelo thing. What's the excuse this time? One of them, he's 38 years old. All right. So if Triple G doesn't show up again Saturday night, we got to start looking at the age. Now with De La Hoya on his plate, and that fight will happen, all right? If the both parties want it to, because they both work for DAZN. De La Hoya's a whore. He'll get it made. Like Lee said, De La Hoya gave in to the whole fucking drop weight, get paid, show up, get some money. You know, we'll all party afterwards, go out, play some golf the next morning. That's just who Oscar turned into, and it's not his fault. Boxing kind of did him dirty. One, the guy's one of the greatest fighters of all time, yet his fans kind of fucking love-hate him relationship with the guy. Two, they did him dirty in the fucking Mosley and Trinidad fights. I thought Oscar won both of those fights. For some reason, boxing gave both decisions to the other guy. Las Vegas did, and I think Oscar just, was like, all right, you guys want to fuck me? Well, fuck everybody, and just started making money. So Oscar's very much that guy. So I see this fight getting made if both want it. Triple G needs to sell it though, because look, I'm telling you, you guys answer this. What's worth more money right now? Oscar De La Hoya versus Triple G for the IBF middleweight championship of the world, or Oscar De La Hoya Floyd Mayweather the rematch? What's worth more to these two right now?
Ooh.
Because of what Tyson and Roy Jones did. I think if Floyd really came out and was like, fuck Oscar.
The two superstars. Yeah, the two superstars.
And Oscar came back and was like, fuck Floyd. You know what? If they did something on Instagram or social media that went viral, I think this thing surpasses Triple G in a heartbeat.
Yeah. It does. It totally does. I mean, Triple G he's a star, but he's not a superstar like these two dudes are. Like Floyd and fucking Oscar.
If the Roy Jones Tyson numbers are real, I think Oscar and Floyd need to step back and really think, do they really want to go after real? Even Floyd fighting a kid who's 205 pounds, 6'2". They're not saying there's going to be a weight limit. Do you really want to do that at that age? Or do you want to go after a guy who's already thrown in the towel a few times in the sport?
Hold on. Okay. Final answer. I'd like to see him fight Triple G because it's just so damn amusing to me. Final answer. I bet $1. Did I win?
We'll see Saturday night. We'll see how much DAZN is pushing this thing. Am I saying it correct? Is it DAZN or DAZN?
DAZN.
Son of a bitch. Yeah. I say it because I know I'm saying it wrong every time. DAZN. We'll see how much they're fucking pushing this thing on Saturday. If they're pushing this thing heavy, then, man, look out for Hoya versus Triple G. Cinco de Mayo. Are they even going to go on Cinco de Mayo? Are they really going to go up again? De La Hoya is like, it's my date, bitch. Fuck you, Saul.
You want me to get it?
If he can.
Hold on. It's ringing again. Hold on.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. What? You want to go on the? All right. I'm going to promote the damn thing. Triple G versus Gennady Golovkin. It'll be the biggest fight ever.
Is it better than Leonard coming back and defeating Hagler? Can I say that one?
Yeah, it would be. It would literally.
I think so.
He's 38. Yeah. He's 38. He's 38.
It's George Foreman capturing a title.
All right.
It would be right there. It's George Foreman over. Yeah. It's.
I don't think it could happen, but it would be awesome.
Oh no, it's not gonna happen. Oscar's just gonna make the weight and not look like Here's the problem at 38 and you don't train anymore. You've got the little gooey tit things that bounce like George did. And you got the weird gooey center mass that happens. By the way, let me tell you about what it's like at 40 and 50, because I've been stupid enough to fight at those times. It gets gooier and bouncier, and you look dumber. Even though you might be in shape and you might have muscles, there's still this gooey thing around the boob area on guys and around just above where your dick goes. Just this line that sits right at the belt loop where it's just skin that just wants to press over where the belt line is. And Oscar will have that because he drinks. He's going to have the boobs that move up and down. It'll be slightly translucent. I can't imagine that he could ever get in enough shape to make it all work.
Yeah, what's and then it's the whole back issue, right? That's what's held him from doing his little comeback tours. It seems it always goes back to this. He starts training, he throws his back out, he can't train for a month, 2 months, and derails the plans. How is that changing in 5 years, 6 years from retirement?
Listen, bro, I'll tell you what it is. It's that damn liver shot, okay? I'm still recovering from the fucking liver shot. I didn't see it coming, okay? It just knocked the wind out of me, and I was like hitting the mat. It fucked me up, bro.
I was in a cab going to the airport. I was in a cab going to the airport the next day. The cab driver was all, I heard that he shit his pants. I was like, I don't know, man. It was really tight into the body.
I shit my pants because he wanted 50% of my company for that.
That was the rumor going around Las Vegas that night. Poor Oscar.
Yeah, because he had to give up 50% of the company to take that liver shot. Saturday, December 19th on DAZN. Canelo Alvarez, fresh off his victory over Oscar De La Hoya, will get back into the ring with Callum Smith. Last we saw of Canelo Alvarez, he was duking it out with Oscar, Golden by DAZN, Showtime, the PBC, Bob Arum, Top Rank, and Clarissa Shields. Canelo won that victory and was emancipated legally as an adult. And now he will be promoting with DAZN on Saturday night against Callum Beefy Smith.
Just got to win 5 rounds, Smith, baby. Bet the decision.
Just got to win 5. Just got to win 5. Just got to win 5, bro. Just got to win 5.
Callum Smith. Telling him. It's all Eddie's telling him.
I bet. Canelo comes in minus 775. For those of you wondering, that's about 7.75 to 1. Callum Smith is at plus 575. That is 5.75. So he's about a 6-1 favorite in this fight. It is for the WBC super middleweight titles. As you recall in the story arc, Canelo just started to gain weight repeatedly and decided that that's what he was going to do. And so apparently that's what he is. He's apparently now a super middleweight. He's going to stick with that. He's happy with it. And yay, good for him. Oh, wait. Damn it. Yeah. Hold on. Let me get the phone. Let me get the phone. What? Okay, hold on. What? That was the WBO calling, asking if they could go to the party on Saturday.
No, they're not invited. It's too late. We're butthurt now.
I'll tell you that
leave the WBO joke go as far as I can take it.
Who is Usyk? Who's Usyk supposed to fight? The guy just won. Isn't it the who's the 2 young kids that just fought out there? Shit. DeBow.
Joyce and Dubois. Yeah, Joyce and Dubois.
That party is not going to be as live as Joshua Fury. They got to understand this.
Yeah.
Watch what fight you're calling for.
WBO really wants to go to the Joshua Tyson Fury fight. Really bad. They've been tugging at my pants for like weeks now, going, we want to go. We want to live it up.
Let us go.
Can we send out our guy who looks just like the guy who runs the WBC and doesn't really talk to people and just smiles and waves? Yeah, sure. Send him. It'll be great. You can make him champion emeritus of the WBO. All right. So we got 2 titles on the line for Canelo. He's putting him up against Callum Beefy Smith. All right, Miguel. What do you think of Beefy Smith's chances in this one?
Well, my initial thought was that that Canelo was going to chop him down the way he did Sergey. Go to the body a lot. I was watching some of Callum Smith's fights, and his last one he didn't look that good against John Ryder, who happens to be the same height as Canelo. However, I was watching some of the, or I saw some photos online today of them, posing on top of some building or whatever, holding the belts, and Callum looks way the fuck taller, like way taller. Supposedly, Canelo's 5'9", and Callum is 6'3", which is 6 inches or so a difference. But if you look at those photos, goddamn, there's like a foot of difference between them. I don't know if it's just the angle or is freaking Callum having some damn stilts on or what the fuck, but there was a huge size difference, like big time. It was like Rocky Drago, like that exaggerated. And I was like, wait a second, something doesn't seem right here. Someone's not, telling the truth of their height. But anyway, that seeing those photos kind of leads me to believe that Callum has a little bit more of a chance. His height is his size is going to come into play here. But even still, I don't know. I don't know if he can take Canelo's shots. Not that Canelo is a power puncher per se, but he is able to chop you down. He did it with Rocky Fielding. He did it with Sergey. Not to say that they're necessarily at Callum's caliber per se, but I think he can chop him down. I don't even think this fight makes it the distance. I do think Canelo is going to take him out late in the fight, but Callum's going to hang in there. His size is going to help him quite a bit.
Andrew.
Yes. You want to know what I think?
Yes.
I think Eddie Hearn's down to win 5, baby. Win 5. Look, bet the decision, bet the draw. Do one of Lee's bets where you hedge your bet with the draw, because Eddie Hearn has no reason to give this shit to Canelo. He's not co-promoting Canelo Promotions. He's not signed up to Canelo Promotions. Really gives a fuck if Canelo Promotions ever makes it or it doesn't. His guy is Callum Smith. His guy's undefeated. His guy's white. His guy's from the UK. His guy's 6'3". I'm just telling you guys, win 5 and watch what these scorecards look like. Now, obviously skill-wise goes to Saul Alvarez, all right? Better technically. He's got to find a way to get on the inside, though. Saul has great head movement, so that shouldn't be a problem. But, he's got to find a way to get into the big frame of Callum Smith and work him. Now, I've seen Callum Smith fight one time on DAZN. Wasn't that impressed with him. But that was 2 years ago, and this is a different kind of fight. These are the fights that bring the best out of people, right? Isn't that what they always? That's what all the champs always say. When you're fighting the champ, it brings out the best in the opponent. Callum Smith's best could be a problem for Saul Alvarez, because of the height disadvantage. If he is able to land the right hand and hurt Saul Alvarez, it takes a big part of Saul's game away. So we will, we'll see. I'm very interested in this fight, though. I'm very interested in seeing what the odds are for Callum Smith to win on a decision. And then once again to hedge the bet with possibly a draw. Any way that Eddie Hearn can turn Saul's fucking matchup into 2 or give him his guy, it'd be one of the biggest wins of British boxing history if Callum Smith defeats Saul Alvarez on Saturday. You guys got to know this fight is that fucking big for Eddie Hearn and them. Saul better be on point this whole night. Can't lose a round. Don't think anybody's behind you, because they're not. They're absolutely not. And I was very nervous about this when he left Oscar De La Hoya, because there's a few fights on Saul's record right now that you ask most diehard fans or guys at the bar, they'll tell you they thought he lost, Trout being one of them, Lara being another one of them.
The first Triple G fight. Yeah.
The first Triple G. The list goes on, man, of this guy. There's some nights he didn't show up. So, we'll see. We'll see what it is. But yes,
especially early. Like, he can't give away those early rounds. Like, he needs to be busy as fuck. Those early rounds against Sergey, Sergey jabbed the living piss out of him. And if you guys remember the post-fight press conference, his forehead was bruised, and red and marked up from all the jabs that he was receiving from Sergey. If Callum can do that, now I will say this. I mean, I try not to judge them on just their last fight, but that last fight that Callum had, he barely used his jab. He let his opponent, John Ryder, get in close, like way too much. He didn't use his height, his reach. He was backpedaling the entire time. It did not look good. He cannot have that kind of fight against Canelo on Saturday. He needs to control the center of the ring, jab the living piss out of Canelo's face, use that height, that range, that distance, and he can come away with the decision win. I do think it happens that way if he does it. But if Canelo gets inside, that's going to be some problems for Smith. But for Canelo, he needs to make sure he cannot give away those early rounds.
Yeah, I'm over the joke I was trying to do. You guys were on such a tear about this whole thing actually being a big deal. Let me give you the Tony Stark. I was told to do more of this. Let me give you the Tony Stark future of what's going to happen in all three of these fights, okay? Mm-hmm. Tim Tszyu's going to win and probably get a WBO title shot. Gennady Golovkin's going to beat Camel, Caesar, says Murda, whatever the hell his name is. And after he wins, he's going to call out Oscar, and that fight's going to happen. Canelo is going to knock out Callum Smith because secretly Canelo is working with Eddie Hearn because he doesn't really have a Canelo Alvarez. In fact, he doesn't have anything of that caliber on his thing outside of Anthony Joshua. So Canelo's going to knock out Callum's taking a dive. Going to call it right here. Callum's going to look like crap. Going to get beat handily. And that'll be it. He's going to get served up because then it's going to be co-promoted by Eddie Hearn because Canelo needs somebody to handle the paperwork. And as long as it's not Oscar, Canelo's happy. There you go. There's the future. And then Canelo will continue to fight middleweights, I guess.
This is also the first
I really
fight.
don't know what Canelo does. He's capping out. I guess he can challenge Anthony Joshua next.
He actually
when does
did
this
say
end?
he wanted to go to heavyweight one day. You are correct about that. He did say that.
What a dick.
Oh, jeez.
You're 5'9", for God's sakes. Take a deep breath, all right?
Well, he was on
This
steroids. He might have been looking in the mirror. He might have been like, if I just eat more of this steak, what the fuck? There's no stopping me.
This is like every short guy who walks up to me going, I bet I could knock you out. I bet you can't. Bet you can't. I bet you can't even reach up here. Bet you can't even reach this high. Bet you can't. You're just afraid of me. No. You're short. You're short. You will always be short. You're not going to grow anymore. In fact, you're past your growing prime. Canelo, you're done. Unless you're going to get that big fat belly, from living the high life and raising horses. I don't know how.
The zone
he looks like James Toney and shit. Huh.
Yeah, right.
Zone,
He gets
the zone,
the Tony belly.
The DAZN bosses need to have a lot of confidence in Eddie Hearn going into the fight this week that he's not going to do them wrong. Remember, Eddie Hearn owns Matchroom. He does not own DAZN. So Canelo's affiliation to DAZN has anything to do with Eddie Hearn's money. Eddie Hearn's money has something to do with Callum Smith winning and moving on and getting bigger paychecks. So DAZN, who I don't know who their upper bosses, how much they're into the boxing game, because when this thing first started, they kind of put it in Eddie's hands. And now Eddie's the middleman in a fight that he has nothing to do with on one of the fighters. So watch out, man. This is boxing. It's a dirty business. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be an interesting fight.
That'll do it for this week's Fight Net Radio episode. This is the Night Angel. Oh, what? I'm getting something in my headset. We're joined by Eddie Hearn. Hey.
Oh, shit. Oh, jeez. Clarissa. You just can't leave us, can you?
Did you see my video this week where I was doing jazzercise?
I I did cardio kickboxing. I saw that.
Hey, shout out to my girls.
And she looks so uncomfortable in the gi too.
Yes.
I feel like this is wait, hold on. I because I'm doing sound effects today, I'm stalling for this joke. Let's see if it pays off. Let's see if it pays off for both of you, because I think it's germane. Okay, let's see if I got it. Let's see if I got it. You ready? Let's see if I got this joke. Oh wait, come on.
Okay.
Come on. Not a big enough payoff? Kermit the Frog doing which one of these things is not like the other? And by the way, go see the video. One of these things is not like the other. One of these things has a penis, not like the others.
Yeah.
There you go. Did you think I wasn't going to go there?
All right.
Let's go back to comebacking. I'm comebacking.
Oh, that's a good comebacking, Lee. That's a good comebacking.
That's a. As I've told many people I've been doing shows with lately, if it's not fun for me, which is, then why would I do it? It just wouldn't be that much fun for me. I'm comebacking, kids. That's right. I was comebacking on Clarissa. I'd want it back. I'm taking it out with me, Clarissa. Don't keep it. Give it back. Give it back. Reach in there. Give it back. Bad Clarissa. Bad girl. Bad girl. That's a great way to end the show. Andrew, anything you'd like to add before we do a show on Sunday and discuss Callum Beefy Smith's dive that he takes on Saturday night?
No, we'll see. We will see. Hopefully it's a good fight. I don't want him to take a dive. That'll be bad.
That will be bad. All right, Miguel, it's your turn in the rotation. You're taking us out today. What do you got for us? Take us out, Larry Merchant style.
Oh, man. You caught me on the spot. Shit. Okay. Damn it. I can't think of anything. You guys got me on the spot. All right. So, Jim, we'll pretend I'm talking to Jim here. Jim, right? This weekend's undercard is quite atrocious, to say the least. Still not as atrocious as Errol Spence not calling out Terrence Crawford last weekend. Does he have the burn in his belly to call out Terrence Crawford again? My magic 8-ball says don't count on it. Jim.
Fight Radio! FightNetRadio.com with Andrew and Lee, talking boxing, combat, sports, comedy, football, and everything kick-ass. All on FightNetRadio.com. Fight Night!